Hello everyone. Today we will discuss some of the most important questions related to budget 2026. So these are the some of the basic questions, but you should know about the this year's budget or budget as a whole. So let's discuss. So I will be discussing 8 9 questions. So let's start. So first question is, budget is introduced by which ministry every year? You should know that budget was presented by our finance minister, Mrs. Nirmala Sitharaman. So it is presented every year by Ministry of Finance. So next question is, when was budget 2026 presented in Parliament? So every year budget is presented in Parliament only, and it is presented by the our finance minister every year. So it is generally presented at the beginning of the year only. So this year it was presented on 1st of February 2026. The next question is, the total estimated budget for the year 2026 and 27 is. So what is the estimated budget? So there are two terms, that is estimated budget, and another one is revised budget, revised estimate. So revised estimate is done after usually in the middle of the year. So estimated is generally calculated on the basis of past budget only. So this year's estimated total budget is 53.47 lakh crore rupees, and previous year it was around 50 lakh crore. So it is an increment of 3 4 lakh crore this year. Next question is, what is the estimated capex for this year? So capex is capital expenditure. So capital expenditure means what would be the government of India would be spending upon the capital. Capital assets mean building roads, constructing new projects, infrastructure, and XYZ spending on particular sectors, different sectors. So what would be the estimated capital expenditure which government would be spending this year on the capital? So it is around rupees 12.2 lakh crore, which comes up to 4 4.4% of our GDP. So 4.4% of our total GDP would be capital expenditure this year. Next question is, when will new income tax act 2025 come into effect? So new income tax act, which was introduced in 2025, this would come into effect this year in 2026, or from 1st of April 2026 it would come into effect. So there are various laws and various frameworks which has been introduced in the new income tax act, which would come into effect from 1st of April 2026. The next question is, fiscal deficit target for the year 2026-27 is. Means the money, as you all know that our budget expenditure is always higher than our than the incoming of the government of India. So incoming is less and our expenditure is more. So that's why we have to borrow it, or we have to government has to take loan from some of the organizations, or government has to issue bonds in order to fulfill its requirement every year. So the target for this year is 4.3% of GDP. This is fiscal deficit target for the year 2026-27. So we have a commitment to reduce our fiscal deficit every year, and previous year it was approximately 4.5 or 4.4 something of total GDP. This year it has been reduced to 4.3% of total GDP. The next question is, which sectors allocated the largest share in budget 2026? As you all know, in the past year, in 2020 2025, The largest share sector which was allocated was defense sector, but now this year it is transport and highways. That is, government will be spending the most upon transport and highways this year, and at the second number is defense only this year, and in the past year it was defense at the first place. Now last question is, what part of total budget 2026 is allocated for education this year? So 2.6% of the total has been allocated for education in the budget 2026, and it is also more than the past year. So you should remember, our past year budget of the 2025 was rupee 50.3 lakh crore something, and in the present year 2026 it is rupees 53.4 lakh crore. So these were some of the questions, and please like, share and subscribe if you liked my video, and also comment down if there can be some improvement. So this is my first video, and I would be uploading few more uh, videos related to current affairs and also some of the recent topics. And thank you. So please like, share and subscribe this channel.